Hello everyone. My name is Vanita. Today, my presentation topic is a literary controversy of Pamela and Shamela. In this presentation, I will discuss the literary controversy between Samuel Richardson's Pamela and Henry Fielding's Shamela. So, these are my academic details and presentation details. This is a table of content. So, introduction. Pamela, written in 1740, is presented as a moral, sentimental tale of a young maid whose virtue leads to social reward. Richardson portrays Pamela as a symbol of honesty, perseverance, and moral triumph. However, just a year later, Henry Fielding responded with Shamela, a satirical parody that challenges Richardson's idealism. Fielding exposes what he believes to be hypocrisy beneath Pamela's supposed virtue, suggesting that her innocence may actually hide ambition and manipulations. Through this contrasting text, we can see how literature can represent morality in very different ways. One idealistic and the other is critical. Both novels also reflect the cultural context of 18th century England, especially the struggle of women navigating class, gender, and power. Even today, these works remain relevant as they raise important questions about authenticity, ambition, and social appearance. Together, Pamela and Shamela shows that literature is not just entertainment, it is a powerful tool to question society and shape values. These are my research question and hypothesis. So my research questions that how does Shamela challenge the moral ideals presented in Pamela, and how does Henry Fielding Shamela critique and challenge the moral ideology presented in Samuel Richardson's Pamela? Does Pamela genuinely promote virtue and morality, or does Fielding's satire reveal is as a facade for social ambition and manipulation? So, hypothesis. Richardson's Pamela uses the epistolary form to appear morally sincere, yet beneath the narrative of virtue lies a strategic negotiation of power, suggesting that Pamela's virtue is both a moral stance and a calculated response to social constraints. So, historical context. To fully understand the conflict between Pamela and Shamela, we need to look at the historical context of their publication. When Samuel Richardson published Pamela in 1740, it quickly became a sensation. Readers were deeply moved by the emotional letter-style narrative and the story of a young servant girl who protects her virtue and it is eventually rewarded with marriage to Mr. B. Many show Pamela as a model of moral purity and virtue. However, not everyone agreed. Henry Fielding, a fellow writer, was highly critical of the novel. He believed that Pamela was not truly virtuous, but rather clever and manipulative, using her supposed innocence to climb the social ladder. Fielding felt that Richardson's story encouraged hypocrisy and false morality. So, overview of Pamela. Pamela or Virtue Rewarded, written by Samuel Richardson, is an epistolal novel, which means it is told through letters. This format allows readers to experience Pamela's thoughts and emotions directly. The novel highlights themes of morality, honesty, and perseverance. It also conveys Richardson's central idea that maintaining virtue is not only morally right but can lead to social economic reward. Pamela's eventual marriage to Mr. B symbolized this ideal of virtue become being recognized and rewarded in society. So, overview of Shamela. Shamela, written by Henry Fielding in 1741, is a satirical response to Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Unlike Richardson's idealized heroine, Fielding presents Pamela as a cunning and manipulative servant. So, Pamela and Shamela. These slides compare the main heroines of the two novels and their motives of marriage. Of marriage and for marriage. Starting with her Pamela Andrews, she is genuinely virtuous. Her resistance to Mr. B's advance is sincere and represents her moral struggle to preserve her honor. In Pamela, marriage is depicted as the natural reward for her integrity. Mr. B's love and respect for her grows as a result of her unwavering virtue, making their union a moral and emotional triumph. In contrast, Shamela Andrew is portrayed as deceitful and greedy. Her supposed virtue is entirely a facade. So, morality and narration tone. This slide examines how morality and narration differ in the two novels. In Pamela, morality is central. By contrasting, in Shamela, Fielding turns this idea on its head. Virtue is presented as a facade. Social commentary. Pamela Richardson's novel offered a then revolutionary idea that a person could rise in social class through moral merit, not just birthright. In Shamela, Fielding, in contrast, was more conservative. He shows such social climbing as a dangerous subversion of the established social order and criticized the idea that servants could so easily manipulate their way into gentry. So, main difference between Pamela and Shamela, the tone, theme, and characterizations, and the message. So, literary significance of Pamela. This slide highlights why Shamela is significant in literary history. And another literary significance of Shamela. This slide says that early example of literary parody. And why Shamela and Pamela still matter. This slides explains the contemporary relevance of these two novels. First, both novels explore gender and power dynamics. They highlight the roles and expectations of women in society. The lasting legacy. These slides focus on the enduring impact of these two novels on English literature. The comparison between Pamela and Shamela marks a critical moment in the development of the English novel. Both authors used the same basic story and format, yet offered completely different perspective on morality, social class, and human nature. So these are references. Thank you. If you have any question, feel free to ask.
Hello. So my question is that which novel is more important?
So both novels, Pamela and Shamela, are important, but for different reasons. Pamela pioneered the sentimental epistolary and moral storytelling. Shamela is significant for satire and comic critique. So, influencing later English literature, their value depends on whether one emphasizes a moral narrative or critical satire. So, another one.
My question is, did Shamela damage Pamela's reputation?
Yes, Shamela sparked debate about Pamela's virtue and intentions while it questioned her morality. Pamela remained widely read and influential, and the controversy enriched literary discussions. So, this is from my side. Thank you.